So, 9/11 happened. 9/11 happened.
Foodie Beauty Reaction Channel. Love you so much. One of the best reaction channels out there. Don't you forget it. Put some respect on his name.
Hello guys.
Would you still do YouTube if you didn't get paid? Fuck no. No.
Hello guys. We just finished from the marriage contract.
Before we get into the reaction, I wanted to remind you guys of something. Do you remember when the creature had its channel yeeted and it was away for a few weeks? And it came right back in here with Beezer Incorporated, and she was calling herself Carmen Pondieu and simply wearing a blonde wig and just pretended to be somebody else. Do you remember? Yeah. Let me remind you of it, huh? Okay, here. This is where she. Well, I don't want to speak out the words aloud because when I complain about what she did, I get held for monetization and nobody watches my video. Yet when she does this thing, it's allowed. And anyway, I don't want to start all on that. That's just the way things are around here. Anyway, do what you're gonna do, Chantal. Do it.
Oh gosh, I think I remember being at the hairdresser when the whole 9/11 happened. Actually, they were giving me this haircut. This was the first time I got the haircut. I remember because I remember where I was when 9/11 happened. I was getting this haircut.
Back then, with her big channel yeeted, she just went and did a wild, brazen ban evasion in front of everybody, just walked right back in here, started up a new channel on her existing account, and called it Beezer Incorporated. Live and let bees. And she said that it was a new corporation, and that she was an employee of the corporation. And folks like myself said, what are you talking about? There's no corporation. And Chantal insisted, it's a corporation. I'm an employee of the corporation. And said, what are you talking about? We can all tell that it's you. Is this a joke? And so she just put on, like, the yellow wig and said, I'm not, it's a different person. It's not Foodie Beauty. It's not Chantal. It's Carmen Pondieu. And it's like, no, it's not. What is this? It's like, something where like only like 4 people can tell this is what is going on, and the rest are like fooled or something, or drinking the Kool-Aid, something like that. So Chantal just kept on insisting, this is a new corporation, and I'm working for the corporation. And my name is not Chantal, it's Carmen Pondieu, and because I have this wig on, that means I'm telling you the truth about it. It's like, what? And then she got her channel back, and she went back to just being a drug-abusing pig with live streams all the time on her main channel. And then she kept this as a little sidecar. And said, one of these days I'm going to do something with that character. And I was like, what do you mean you're going to do something with the character? I thought that was a whole other corporation. That wasn't you or something. And then eventually she just dropped it like a bag of shit and walked away from it. Because, like how Chantal's always promising to do things and never does them. And then she abandoned it. And then it became the couples channel. And then she just wiped out all this shit with the wig, and this is where the couples channel went, which she still has to this very day. So the reason why I'm giving this little talk is that Chantal lies about contracts, lies about corporations, and she just plows forward, and there are some people who treat this stuff as if it's real, and others like myself who say this is garbage. It's baloney, it's not happening, it's fake. So this is just a little reminder, okay? This is Chantal's history. And now we get to the reaction of her fake wedding footage. The reason why it's quiet is because there's this, copyright-free music in the background. There's no talking. Anyway, I don't trust that music, so I got rid of it. So we pause here for a bit. And this is certainly a government building. And Chantal's shooting and publishing footage of it, and she's just a heap of wet Wonder Bread from Cornwall, Ontario, Canada. Well, how is she getting away with this? There was somebody that had a great comment in my community tab. He does contracts in the Middle East, and the guy who made the comment said he sent some of this crap to his friend, and his friend laughed at him and told him she's got some agreement with the government as an entertainer. That's why she's allowed to do this. They've already discussed it. You know, sometimes there's going to be people in the background, sometimes government buildings, we don't know. It's like they're giving her a pass. Okay, the music is still playing in the back. They're not talking. You're not missing anything. Oh, look at this. Chantal adds a caption. The woman gets separate elevators. I love this. You know, she should stay away from social commentary. I mean, this is not my cup of tea. Yeah, I mean, they have to build an extra set of an extra elevator. So anyway, I just think this is ridiculous. That's not my cup of tea. That's all I got to say about that. Come on, move it. Move the footage. Okay, I'm the first one to notice this. The first. That woman doesn't look fully dressed, and that looks like her outfit hanging on the hanger. And it's hanging because she's walking into the courthouse, not wearing it until she... That might be a judge or a Kuwaiti lawyer. That is so fucked up that Chantal is shooting footage of this woman, alright? I'm the first one to notice this. You haven't heard this from anybody else. That looks like a judge's outfit. Like, it has to be kept perfect until that woman there gets into the courthouse. A judge or a lawyer, whatever. That's why it's hanging. She's not going to put it on until she gets behind the bench or starts litigating. Come on, move it. Move it, move it, move it. Move it! Yeah, it's all a joke, isn't it? Okay, I'm stopping in here for a bit just to remind you what you're looking at is a software creation. This is not real. This is like something that's been redrawn by a computer and spit out. Like I said, this is a pumpkin running around with a cape. Just discuss. When are they going to kick her off this platform? Let's move forward a little bit more. Come on. I set up the pauses ahead of time, so that's why my talking is a little bit off. Okay, come on. I know I didn't give it very long. Come on, go! Yeah, there they are. I by the way, I did a search if you can bring cameras into a Kuwaiti courthouse. I couldn't find anything. Okay, now this is where I want to stop. Remember when she showed that picture of the two of them holding hands, and they both had these shitty rings on? Her hand doesn't look like it looks right now. And like, she's a hell of a lot fatter. And, like, you notice, like, the last part of the fingers that bend? They're a different fucking color. Okay, this is where Chantal, who's dishonest with this lying story, is not a mastermind and gives us too much. She's, like, saying, like, this was shot at the same time that they got married? Horseshit. They're not really married. Whatever, business arrangement they have, they always talk about there's friends and family around. They're never on camera. This is like a different hand. It looks like the ring's going to get, you're ripped off through the force of her blubber. Just look at the tips of these fingers. Okay? Alright, so, let me just put up, let me put up a couple of grabs from our community tab, alright? Hang on. The significance of this one is just to show you that her publication of Our Courthouse Marriage, as it says 9 hours ago, and her comments that went along with it were also published at the same time. Because I got my screen, I'm going to give you a screen grab of the thumbnail in a moment here, okay? It's coming. So I just wanted to show you guys that she published the video and made this comment all within like a couple minutes of each other. And that she's already backtracking on the comments in her community tab. And it just I'm not going to read the whole dang thing, because when I do, I feel that people are clicking off. So I still like to read stuff. It's just like if I do it too much, people are like, I'm going to sit here and why are you going to read things, because people might have a device and it's too tiny. So that's just noting that the comments and the publication and happen at the same time, and she's pulling back because she's realizing she made a mistake with this. That she is a liar, yet she's not a mastermind liar by any means. Here is the thumbnail, and I'm cutting Salah off a little bit there because the most important part of it is that the comments are turned off. So she knows that she's made a mistake in publishing this thing. It's too late now. Like when she does like outrageous things on a live to get attention, and then does a dirty delete on purpose. The fake reaction channels are all like, dirty delete. Yeah. That's part of the formula to make it seem exciting for the reaction channels that are working with her, like Yaba and Frenchie, especially Frenchie. And anyway, so the comments are turned off because she doesn't want to talk. Now, I'm going to get back to her most recent community tab post here. This here, her most recent post was put on there an hour after she published this courthouse footage. Okay, so she had an hour to get some comments in, to turn the comments off on the video itself, and now she's doing something she's done so many times in the past, which is threatening to leave her channel, as if anybody effing cares. And anyway, this one I am gonna read. All right, so it's short, so let's get it over with. Now, as I start to read this, I want to remind you that we're going to get back to the rest of her courthouse thing. It's just, this is how I do what I do here. So, anyway, let's start reading this thing. Quote, "Of course, the vulture just saying is live and already stealing our content because she's another smoky-voiced loser FFG butt kisser who has no personality and hides behind a stupid animated cat and can't get any views on her own. ... Pathetic. Get a damn life. Or better yet, instead of picking apart with your pathetic audience whether our marriage is real or not, get off your ass and go get married yourself. Or go on the sky wheel with FFG and get no views. I'm taking a long break from YouTube. I'm tired of YouTube allowing shit, stain, content thieves and bullies on their platform. Bye! Close quote. Okay, so sitting here with a block of text in front of us is boring, and I'm not going to spend much longer on it. Only to say this, she came back on Friday the 13th with a fake voice and said, "I'm just trying to redeem myself, and hopefully you'll give me your patience as I work on the things that..." Here she is talking about shit stains again. This creature will always return to vile material, and that's why it should be off YouTube, because what it is doing while pretending to be Muslim is blasphemy, and it's very offensive and not in the least necessary. Let's get back to that footage. Like, one more time before I get back to the footage, okay? Because I realize what a great job I did here. Let's adjust everything so you can really tell how the tips of them fingers are just about to fall off. Yeah. Okay, back to normal, and go.
Hi, we are today in the court, and we are waiting.
They went back to the music. They're not talking, you're not missing anything. Anyway, I froze it a bit here, because it says the actual courtroom. Now, obviously, that's not a movie set. That is a real courtroom. By the way, he sounds like he's saying, "We are winning." He's saying, "We are waiting." And Chantal has already approached Kuwaiti officials and told them, "Look, I'm not a normal tourist. I make a live-action role-playing channel." And that's why she's allowed to shoot footage with bystanders hanging around. She's allowed to do this. She shot the Kuwaiti oil fields by accident. They're giving her a huge pass. She's already made contact with them. That's why she's getting away with all of this. Okay, here comes the next. Here they go.
مبروك صلاح عند شانتال. مبروك إن شاء الله مبروك.
Thank you.
Guess what? This proves nothing. Somebody who's, another hired hand who's not going on camera stands there, shoots the footage of those two clowns holding hands because they can't do that with a selfie stick or just standing there, just shooting footage of themselves, and he goes, blah, 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 and this means congratulations. What the fuck does that prove? And immediately, after like 2 seconds, they turn the stooge turns the camera away from him, and this guy isn't part of it, all right? This is so desperate and ridiculous. It doesn't prove anything. And if anything, besides, maybe snowing over the Beezers, who are pitiful, this cannot convince, any of us here that, anything real is taking place. It doesn't prove a thing. Their marriage is fake.
مبروك.
Hello guys, we just finished from the marriage contract and we are going home to celebrate.
Yalla.
Speaking of the thumbs up gesture, the good rule of thumb to follow is if Chantal is saying something, it's probably a lie. She has been lying for so long that if she brings something, you take it as a lie from the get-go, and then you wait for strict proof thereof of any claims made by this thing and her sidecars. We can tell, right? I mean, he's a bad actor. They're not in love. Here, let's get it close, huh? As if. Let's drag it over here. Yeah. Let's drag it over here. Holy shit, she looks horrible. And I'm not talking about the weight. I'm talking about, like, her head looks like it's about to explode, and she's got, like, 20 pounds of makeup on. And speaking of getting ready for something, this guy is dressed in street clothes. Like, nothing happened here, right? As I said earlier, now this part is going to make sense. Because of that guy that does contracts in the Middle East, spoke to somebody who left a comment in my community tab. She has approached the Kuwaiti government and said, I'm an entertainer, can I do this? And, they say, okay, as long as you don't, do anything ridiculous with footage of bystanders, you don't chase them down. And yeah, she shot footage of the Kuwaiti oil fields. That was just stupidity. And I thought, if she was, being treated like a normal civilian, then she would get in trouble for it. Nothing happened because she's already talked to them. She would say, well, if you hear any complaints from anybody, we did it by accident, and we didn't get in too close, and we didn't disturb any of the machinery. Okay. That's why she's getting away with it, and she's going to continue to get away with it. Yet, you know what she's not getting away with here? On this channel, she didn't show us any court proceeding whatsoever. She just hung around there and is pretending like something happened. There isn't anything that happened there. This is fake on fake. And the footage is almost totally done because the rest is a slideshow from this thing.
Wedding party.
Hi guys.
Hold it. First thing, there's no wedding party. And by the way, you guys like it when I do my impression of him doing Beezer. Breezer. Say Beezer. Okay. So there's no wedding party, there's no family, there's no friends. Just because you're in Kuwait and you're Muslim doesn't mean you can't have a wedding party and have people over. There's nobody there. She is strictly limiting herself to other dummies who are paid and on contract to this fucking LARP that she's doing. And look at this material. Like I said, she's a liar. She's not a mastermind. She's, a bad actress, not a good one. Is this like a troll? Look at him. He's mugging. This doesn't look like, an adult man who just married a woman. This is this a joke? The look on his face. These are not adults getting married. This is something that's written by a wildebeest with the personality of a 14-year-old girl, at best. And anyway, let's keep moving. This picture is unintentionally ridiculous because they're so untalented and desperate.
So I just decided to put together a few snaps of our courthouse wedding bees. I know it doesn't look like much to some, but for us it meant everything. It was very special because for me at least, I was marrying my soulmate, and I know Salah feels the same way. And mashallah, I am so happy. And I just want to share a little bit with you guys. We went to a courthouse. It was not a religious wedding. It was just done at the court.
I tried. I did a couple of searches. Can you bring cameras into a Kuwaiti courtroom? I couldn't find anything. All kinds of stuff for Canada and the United States of America. I couldn't find anything here. The thing is, she did pull out a camera in a real courtroom at the courthouse. Okay, this is not a movie set. And if it's civil and it's their own dang procedure, then I assume that they can shoot footage of themselves. Shit, look how much they got away with as it is. She hasn't brought us any evidence of anything. They just hung around there, to play pretend.
We're more focused on the legal side of things, just being legally married.
Really? You are? Do you mean that? I did a search in here in Canada. Marriage records are public. And for the United States of America, in most states, marriage records are public. So, I guess if somebody were to know somebody there and knows the address of this courthouse, y'all go in there. I wonder if you're going to find a record of Chantal, the rest of her name, and Salah, if that's even his real name, in there. Let me guess. There's nothing there.
And we'll have a wedding at some point.
Just like Chantal is going to do something with her Pondu character at some point. No, she flushed it all down the toilet. Just like she's going to lose weight at some point. No, do not hold your breath for that. Like, as if, like, you like, wait a minute, let me go back to the criminal trial, right? Like, she says as soon as she gets back to Canada, there's going to be a criminal charge on that. Don't wait for it. It's not coming. And it's like, oh, at some point we will have yeah, as if everybody's gonna be there. Yeah, it's not going to happen either.
Maybe in the future, inshallah. So for now, this is all we decided we're comfortable with showing you. People will just have to keep speculating and accusing us of being fake married. That's fine with us.
It is you, Chantal, who lies all the time, who wanted to have a public couples channel and told everybody that you married the guy. And it doesn't make sense because who in this day and age is going to meet somebody online that you only started talking about it for about 9 days, then you married him? And the story that you give us is that you're getting boinked all the time with people through Tinder, and it's also dirty. You are a dirty person. It's all you talk about are dirty, filthy stories. And the part that I don't believe is that you're hooking up with people on Tinder. This was your story. That, oh, you're getting fucked all the time and you're so sick and tired of it. And then you said, oh, Lord, give me one good man. And then the next day there was Salah. You think anybody believes that shit? And when I said earlier about the public records, I don't know about Kuwait. I haven't had time to research it. Kuwait doesn't, is not friendly to searches and giving you everything that you need to know when you ask. So, I mean, if they are public, it's not invasion of anybody's privacy. If she engages something that can easily be had, it's just that she's the one that's starting this and saying, well, you want to say we're all fake married. That you're the one that's always teasing. I call you for what you are, a dang liar. Shouldn't be on this platform.
We have decided that we will not be showing any kind of personal marriage contract. Number one, that's not anyone's business. And number two, we just don't feel comfortable with that kind of personal information being circulated online.
Then maybe you should embrace your history of being a huge liar and just give up on this couples channels. If you're married, just say, yeah, we're sort of, a couple, sort of. We're not married or anything.
So that will be our personal information, and also I will not be sharing personal information like my status here in Kuwait and things like that. But what we will do is just share a few snaps, like I said, of our day. So
then if that is all you have to bring, then you might as well just totally write off this couples channel as a total failure and go back to fighting with Nader Alshami. Oh wait, that's the reason why I'm especially rushed. It's 11:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, January 16, 2023, and at this moment, right now, as I'm rushing to get this thing done, you are fighting with Nader Alshami online. Yeah, right back to the same old garbage.
I will explain a bit of the process from my perspective. Basically, we had to go to this courthouse, and there were a lot of stairs to go up to get in.
So there were a lot of stairs for you to go through to get in there? Remember, you guys, what I say with the patter? She's got a lie, and she surrounds it in gobbledygook, and there's so much gobbledygook that you think that, well, this really happened. I mean, because she just talks and talks and talks and talks. Like I said, she's been lying for a long time. And if you got something dishonest and you dance around it, and there's lots of patter and padding, and oh, there were so many stairs, and oh, I went over here and I did this and that, and he's like, well, she must be telling the truth then. Oh, of course not. How about you just show the paperwork? How about that?
And the place was very busy and had many, many floors. The elevator area was chaotic. People were waiting a long time to get in an elevator, and they were jam-packed. This is one instance where I appreciate the gender segregation, and the women had their own elevators and like a lift attendant. So that was awesome, which you'll see in the video as well, in the video snaps. And so then we went up to the floor where we had to wait to get to a courtroom. We did just, it was a bit of a process. You have to file for marriage and all this and that. And so I know there's going to be some details left out, but again, these are just personal things and we appreciate our privacy being respected. Yeah, so a lot of people just feel entitled to certain information, and it's just, no, we have a right to privacy. So also, but there are some things I don't mind sharing with you guys. So also we got into the courtroom and we stood in front of two judges, and they basically asked me, they wanted to make sure that I accepted the marriage with Salah and that he did pay me the, I think they call it mahr, if I'm pronouncing that right. It's something that Muslims in most Islamic countries do. The husband has to pay legally, give a gift, monetary gift to the wife, and one during the marriage as well. So that's, I did, that's personal as well, but we agreed to. But it's every marriage that happens here. So also they asked me where my father was, which really was an odd question to me because it just really, but it, you know, it made me realize how important father figures are in the lives of women here. So as parental figures, the family structure is very, very sacred here. So you don't have many single parents, if, I don't know, if any, unless, you know, even if women are widowed or whatever, or divorced, they usually seek another husband and vice versa. So usually the father is present to give the blessing for the marriage. So I had to explain that I don't talk to my father, and they just kind of looked at me sadly. So Salah had to explain for me. He's so supportive in ways I can't even tell you guys. And yeah, so I'm so happy, and this was an experience for sure. I don't know what else there is to say really. I guess just that we had to wait for a bit in the courtroom. Outside of the courtroom is what you see some of the snaps of, and then inside the courtroom. And I know there's a lot of confusion as to, well, the status and all this, and the actual dates of marriage and the actual contract of marriage, but those are all things that most people don't show online whenever they get married. They usually just show the wedding ceremony. We didn't have one as of yet. Again, it was just very, it was a very quick courthouse wedding for now, but inshallah in the future we will organize some kind of party. So it was just low-key, and we celebrated with friends and family afterwards in private. But that's basically all we did for the time being, and we will, if we do have some kind of celebration in the future that we can make public, we will. But there's a lot in my life now that I'm keeping private, and marriage details I think you can appreciate, especially with the amount of sleuths we have online. Very invasive. The internet can be very invasive, so we just really think it's in our best interest to keep a lot private. But we did want to share a little bit of the day with you. So it was very nice day, very special to marry my soulmate, and I couldn't be happier. I couldn't have asked for a more supportive husband in every single way, and I feel very, very blessed. And I'm just going to try to take advantage of being positive and appreciate these blessings that God has given. He's given me a wonderful man to take care of me, and as husband and wife, this is of course my first marriage, and may it be the only one in my life, inshallah. And thank you guys so much for watching this, and we will see you in the next video. Bye bye, ma salama.
That is what the lying thing had published earlier today, January 16th, 2023. It is now 11:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Canadian Time, same day, January 16th, 2023, with Chantal live right now, ranting and raging with Nader El-Shami and Didi. She is not Muslim. Those two, Salah and her, are not really married. There might be like a contractual thing that, whatever he's getting out of it to come over to Canada or not, or just for them to LARP over there or not. They're not in love. They don't act like a normal adult couple in love. Like a newly-wed woman, which this thing is not, it is screaming at Nader El-Shami live while dressed up like a Muslim. It's all blasphemous against people of that faith, and I'm not an advocate for censorship. However, I do know good from bad, and Chantal should not be allowed to make a mockery of Islam with her blasphemous costume, sort of, you know what I mean. Anyway, she's in the middle of screaming at Nader, and that's how much, this thing is so dishonest and changes so quickly. She's just here to make a mockery of that faith with the promise of getting herself some easy money. It's so horrible. YouTube, please get Chantal off the platform. Thanks.